I got to number 1 in the entire world in a new Clash Royale Macy's with this absolutely incredible 2.6 Elixir Goblin Drill Void Psychic deck. I know I got it, but it's absolutely incredible. Today's Clash Royale video, I'm going to show you why this deck is so strong. In case you guys don't want to miss any videos just like that on the best decks for the new Clash Royale meta, make sure to subscribe and also make sure to use creator code Morten in the shop. At code Morten purchase a day keeps the doctor away. And now I would say have fun with the video. So guys, here we go into game number 1 versus Chanto, and I'm going to tell you guys this deck, it's incredible. There's a ton of potential. And also I feel like it will be still good after the update. Of course it won't be as good as I was playing it before the update. I was actually planning to maybe push with a new manager number 1 in the world, but Supercell kinda delayed it because they actually, I feel like they wanted to bring a new method into the game and just bring in the balances without needing to have a maintenance break, which you normally have, right? Normally there's always a maintenance break where you can't actually play this game for half an hour. They tried to actually find a different system for that, but instead of having the balance changes, we also got a chest bug. You guys all know that. Just let you know, guys, for the chest bug, in case you had it, you opened this chest and you got 100,000 champions. They will they're gonna steal it from you again, but you don't get banned or something. So just let you know. But yeah, so we're gonna play this deck there. As I said, this deck will be also good after the balance changes, but not as good as it used to be right now, of course. So yeah, to be fair, Drill, there's kind of argument that Drill isn't really too good with Void, because you could kind of think, okay, maybe it doesn't really make too much sense because it's not the best support for Drill, but actually used it really, really well. It worked really well, and I got to number 1 with it. And also, what makes this deck so good? Why do I love the Void in this deck? Just because Void is so good on defense, bro. It's so good on defense. It does really, really well against lava decks, against balloon decks. It does really, really well against bowler, against fisherman, against these type of cards, which are sometimes really, really annoying. Also, of course, against Little Prince. All of these beefy tanks are getting one-shotted there. So this is why I like this combination a lot. So we're playing against Lava, and honestly a really good matchup in single X time. You just need to be careful about skeleton ranks, which is really, really important. I guess most of us still need to learn most of the interactions, I would say, with the Void. Skelly ranks don't one-shot. I mean, if you just hit one of the Skelly ranks, they do die, of course, one-shot to the Void, but otherwise they survive with 1 HP. So I'm just gonna go for a Drill again there. Maybe I should have actually voided the Mega Minion, because that meant, okay, maybe not, maybe both would have been a waste. So I'm just gonna go for my Bomber there. And my Little Prince here gets a ton of value. So actually, of course, as you guys can see here, I already played this type of games, but I kind of wanted to show you them still, because currently, I can't play anymore on my ladder because no players are reached Ultimate Champion afterwards. And this was the first misplay I did there against the Lava one. So I have to go defensive Drill actually. But the good thing is I have my arrows ready. And I actually tried out different variations. First of all, I used Poison Void, I used Fireball Void, I used Log Void, but I felt arrows plus Void works really, really well together, because you're really strong against any type of swarm with Void. So I feel arrows are the overall best answer. Since arrows do pretty well against minion hordes, bats, and so on. And skeleton army, and you kind of need something to get on top of spam tubes, especially with the Drill, right? Because otherwise, just skeleton, goblins, skeleton army just completely kill, because Void pretty sucks against it. So I'm just gonna go for good arrows there, making sure my Little Prince stays alive, bro. And I still don't know, bro, how did the Little Prince escape the nerf, bro? It will be still so wrong. I'm just gonna go for my Knight there. Just trying to get some decent amount of value. He has to go Poison. So far, we're looking really, really good. The problem is that he got a King activation, which of course is putting in some trouble for us. So I'm just gonna cycle this. This time we do get some damage. I need to go for another Knight there just to block this, and of course I need to cycle as many Little Prince as I can. So I have my Drill again. I think I'm just gonna go Drill again, and this Valkyrie honestly does a pretty good job and will be really annoying for us. I have my arrows ready in case he goes for Bomber, but he just goes on Valk, so he has to defend it still. I'm just gonna go Tessa there, but to be fair, it was a really, really good Mega Minion. So now I'm kind of wasted here. Also really good Bomber. This guy is playing really well, and here I decide to be over aggressive maybe and just go for a next turn. Here I'm just gonna spam my Tesla. Tesla's gonna come down. And I'm just gonna go Skeleton here. So second Lava Hound is gonna come down. And honestly, this Lava Hound puts in some work here, some trouble. So what's really important if you're playing against this type of decks, which he's playing, first of all, I'm missing up the arrows, I think, which is really, really costing me a ton of damage, is that you always want to make sure just hit the Lava Hound, just hit the balloon alone, bro. You can't hit anything else with the Void. If you hit anything else, the balloon is gonna get a ton of value here. So I'm just gonna go for my Bomber. Here I'm just gonna go in for my Void on defense just to make sure, okay? And I'm gonna clean. I'm just gonna go Tesla there, just cycle. But the Tesla wasn't on point, so I need to go for my Goblin Drill here. Just spams at the bridge. The Tesla's still gonna do something. And I'm so close to joke this. I'm just gonna go arrows there. I'm just gonna go bomber there. And the one Goblin actually doesn't get on tower, but we didn't need it. Though it got on tower. So drill is so random. We won this game. Even honestly, I played really bad. Now we're going directly into game number 2 here versus T-Tay. As I was saying, I played this games already, so I'm not gonna lie to you, but currently I'm so low on my golden account, and also don't have like this deck leveled up. I have like, I think I'm missing one evolution. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm also like pretty low, so I just think this is kind of like showing you a bit of my Void action, because I feel like Void is a really interesting concept. I'm not really sure if it's like, I think it's broken. It's one of the most broken cards in the entire game, and like the concept is pretty broken because it does really well against some matchups. But it's also a bit matchup dependent. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about Void. Do you like Void? Do you hate Void? But here, you guys also see me a ton of Void cycling, bro. Because Void actually does more damage than arrows for free elixir. So it's pretty underrated damage. Just going for my skeletons there. We're playing a really, I would say, similar drill deck. So the problem I see in drill mirror matchup is that he got like the log. Log, of course, way better against drill because Ice Spirit, Log, and Example can fully counter drill. And I'm not even able to do that because arrows suck. The other thing is, of course, arrows is way better than offense. As I was mentioning earlier, you kind of need it. You kind of need to have them because otherwise, yeah, you can't really do any damage on offense. So if your opponent is cycling like a Void on your tower and you have skeletons in your deck, it always makes sense to just play skeletons behind your tower to kind of absorb some of the damage, just a small quick tips. I'm just gonna go for my arrows there. Really good arrows, so we get some damage for free elixir. I think it's completely fine to kind of do this, especially in a drill mirror matchup where you can't really punish you. It's not like I'm playing against Golem and so on. By the way, I'm playing later against Golem. You guys gonna see there like how do I beat Golem, right? Because this is like, I think, the matchups you guys want to see with this type of variation, because normally you're just gonna poison off his pushes. Void is a bit different, a bit more skillful, I would say. Since you can just not poison everything, you need to be really precise with your placement, also predict sometimes. I played against Sparky, example. Void actually does way better against like Sparky than the poison, because you can one-shot the Sparky, but if your opponent knows that, he's just gonna predict it, and this is kind of what costs you sometimes the game. So especially against like decks like Sparky, you need to make sure, okay, I think with the first Void you can be really aggressive because the opponent most likely doesn't know it, but afterwards he's always gonna play Giant Bats on top of that to protect his Sparky. So you want to be waiting, you want to be careful, and you want to take this to an advantage. Maybe pressure opposite lane, because you know your opponent is going to use his Giant in front of the Spark immediately, then he doesn't have enough elixir. And then you know, okay, where is the troop going to walk? And then you can still do that here. So I'm just going to go pre-Void just to get some extra damage, which is actually fine. So I was thinking about going to bow bomber. I'm just going to go cycle my Tesla there. And bro, Tesla. Also, guys, I thought about something. I think Evolution Firecracker might be really good after the update. I'm not sure, just like a thinking. Of course, Void hard counters that, but like in matchups like where you don't have Void or arrows, I just feel like it will be so good. I feel like, by the way, really good Void from the opponent. I feel like it will be really good in Clash Royale League in the duels format. By the way, it's coming at Saturday. I'm so excited for that. So I'm really want to see what's happening there with the Void. I just feel like this will be absolutely incredible to see the Void. Also, hopefully balance trades are out when you guys see the video. I also showed you yesterday the top 3 best decks after the update, so make sure to check it out. I hope the balance changes are gonna be out today, bro. Supercell messed up, as always, bro. Was trying to record something for the best decks after the update. I did it. I already published it, but it would have been cool if it would have come as planned. So I'm just gonna go for my Knight there, trying to block this. It's actually not possible, so really good to know, like you can't block actually Bomber from Void. I'm just gonna go Tesla high here, and it's honestly a pretty boring matchup, but really, I would say, really important matchup to learn, because these are decks you're gonna face a lot. So it's like Void versus Void. So I'm just gonna go for my little Prince, and this is actually a ton of damage and brings him in a damage advantage. It things like of Drill, you sometimes don't know how is it possible. So I feel like it's really important for me to abuse my free card side. I'm just gonna go immediately Void there. The good thing is with this Void, I just hit the tower alone, so this is like massive damage. I'm just gonna go bomb my skeletons there, and I'm just gonna go for another drill. So another drill is gonna come down. He might go for a king to activation. He actually messes up the king to activation. I'm just gonna go for my Void again. So Void's gonna come down again. Really good Knight, making sure to clean up everything. I'm just gonna go for my bomber there. Also gonna go skeletons like this. And now I'm just gonna go for my arrows there. Really good arrows. He just goes in immediately. I'm just gonna go cycle my Knight. Really good Knight. So Knight, make sure I don't need to defend it anymore. I'm just gonna go for another Void there. Void is gonna come down. I'm just gonna go for skeletons there. I'm just gonna little Prince for the free card cycle. I'm using my ability now. I'm just gonna go drill again just to have a tank down, so he has to overspend there. We know it. I'm just gonna go bomber there. I'm just gonna go for my void on offense, just try to get as much damage as I can immediately. I'm just gonna go skeletons there, really good skeletons. And my void actually does a ton of damage. Just gonna go arrows there because I know he doesn't have lock and cycle. The goblins are gonna get on tower. I'm just gonna go drill once again. He has to go in. I'm just gonna go in there. He has to go void. We just go skeletons, void on tower. GG's, well played. Such a close game, but an awesome win. So guys, now I'm actually showing you the game against Golem. So Golem is a really, really interesting matchup. Not gonna lie, guys. Because it's tough. It's a tough matchup. But the good thing is for us, we got like, especially in single elixir, I would say we have to pressure him. Because in single elixir time, he's not able to build our push. Of course, this variation, he plays this a bit harder because Zodiac plays with barbarians. If you would play with like Knight, at example, it would have been way easier because he can't really block the void as well as he can with the barbarians. But against Pump, we're doing really, really well. Void gets like a +2 trade against Pump. And also, of course, we do well against all of like his 4 or 5 elixir single units, right? Like like Electro Dragon, Little Prince, Healer, all of them we do really, really well against it. So this is why we want to keep up the pressure and single elixir especially. So my bomber actually does a ton of good amount of damage. He gets like really good king activation early on. So the problem is kind of here, we don't get as much damage as I want to, but the bomber honestly did a good job there. So I'm just going for my skeletons. So what am I actually going to cook there? Do I just go aggressive? I think I'm just going to be aggressive there because I still got my evolution bomber, I have my knight ready. And he has to go now for his barbs. And I know that. So I'm just going to go for like my arrows there. Arrows just to make sure and hope that this survives. I know like he has a really awkward cycle. So I'm just going to go for this there. I'm just going to go for another bomber. And as you guys can see here, this is actually, it will be a ton of damage. I know he's out of zap. So look at my bomber, just gonna get a ton of damage together with the drill. And this is like what I need to do in this matchup. If I don't get the early damage, I will lose, bro. Because it will be impossible for me to stop his big push, bro. Honestly, I can't stop his big pushes. So I'm just gonna go knight there again just to pressure him. To bait out something that he can't go for his golem. I think he actually spams in healer, which is fine. And I'm just gonna go like LP immediately in the back. I know he could go golem. So what I want to do now is just gonna go for my drill. So I'm just gonna go drill there. And now I need a perfect defense, no, right? So now I need to get a perfect defense. Otherwise, I'm struggling. So this NATO was not optimal. I could go now for offensive bomber, but I think it's gonna predict this. So I'm just gonna chill there. I'm just gonna skeletons there to protect this really good scan. I'm just gonna go arrows immediately. And now we need a perfect defense. So how do I play my void? I'm not gonna play void there because it was pretty obvious that he's gonna go healer or barbs. And it would be just a waste. So I'm just going to try to defend with troops and not using my void really in this type of matchup. But the good thing is I know that he knows that I have void. So what does this mean for me is that he will play all his troops together, which means I get my evolution bomber, maybe with arrows, and this is kind of what I forced to play like different, right? If he knows like I don't have void, so at example here I can use my void. It's my first void in the entire game, and it does pretty well. I could have used for the pump, but like the thing is like I faced him earlier quite some time, so he already knew that I had void. So we actually got a really good defense in the matchup. I feel like this can be really tricky. The one defense was pretty good, by the way. So I'm just gonna go void here naked on the tower to get the maximum tower damage. And this is over. GG's, well played. So guys, now we're going into a game which I really want to show you, which was also a really crazy one. So I was playing against a bait guy. Actually was like my skeletons in the middle because I was pretty sure that he goes and force Prince at the bridge first. But this is what bait players do. And this matchup is so crazy. And it was a really close game at the end. So I'm just gonna go drill there. And this is like the first mistake. So imagine he would have played normal bait. Knight out. Prince is out. And also his, how's it called? Prince is out, a Goblin Gang out. So he had like Inferno, Rocket, Eastbird, Log, and Cycle. So his cycle would have been really awkward. But unfortunately, he had like random minion horde. Otherwise, it would have been so much damage, 100%, because he couldn't defend this really. So this is why I went aggressive. And then he had minion horde, so it was a really easy defense. So let's go for my skeletons there in the middle. And I can tell you guys, Princess at the bridge should be forbidden, bro. Princess at the bridge is so annoying for the stack. Or just like so annoying in general. So he goes to force Inferno. I'm just gonna go void there. It's a 3 for 5 elixir trade, but void in this matchup, to be fair, doesn't really do too much. So I'm mainly using the void as a win condition, just like to cycle on the tower as for like spell cycling purposes. Or maybe like play it on the tower and then the opponents got trying to kind of block it with like a Goblin Gang, right, to absorb some damage, and then I can go for an evolution bomber, but then he has to go for a knight, and then I get a bit more AP value. So this is kind of what I'm thinking about. They're using the void more as a spell cycle purpose. So far so good though. Of course he's up a bit on damage, but also our tower yeah, it's like still pretty even, I would say. So I'm just going for my boy there. Skeletons. And I think this is a really good defense. Their skeletons are going to clean this up. So I feel like I'm trying to build up my first good push. So the problem is kind of arrows bait. Of course, if poison in this specific matchup would be a bit better. I think that honestly that you could think this Void was a bit aggressive, but I think it was good, bro. For just like +2 elixir trade now, he has to defend this. He's actually playing a really, really smart minion horde. Actually, really smart minion horde, not gonna lie. So I'm trying to get some damage. I actually do get some damage, but yeah, he didn't give me any value, bro. Playing gang in the back, the minion horde direct at the breach was really, really good. So I'm just going for my LP there. So actually, he's gonna be able to get a ton of damage, which is really, really annoying there. I thought he was gonna maybe go for his wall breakers, but he did not. So I'm just gonna go for Tesla. I'm just gonna go Void there. I think at this point I have to switch up my wall breaker up my drill place, because if I go in this position, you can completely flawless count it with a log. But if I go like in front, he can't do this. So I need to go for more drills in the front. This is really, really important. So I'm just gonna go for my Tesla there once again. And now I think I'm just gonna set up another drill there, but I'm gonna go to the side again, which is a mistake, not gonna lie. I shouldn't have done this, but it's okay. So actually Void kills Princess also with the tower together, but you never know, right? In case he's gonna play something, you could be struggling. I'm just gonna skeletons here. I'm just gonna go arrows. Do I hit the Princess? Yes, I do. Flawless defense, by the way, against the miner also. And I'm just gonna go LP here in the back for the free card cycle. And that was a really bad night, bro. There was a really bad night, so he just spams again. I'm just gonna go Void there, because otherwise this gets so annoying. Skeletons. I'm just gonna go Tesla there, and the thing is like his miner, bro. His miner gets so much damage. He just spams again with a Prince. I was like, bro, this might be over. Prince also splash, so we're 900 damage behind. But triple elixir, bro, this deck can get crazy. This deck can get crazy with just spamming everything at the bridge, bro. This is so good. So I'm just gonna go for my little Prince there. I'm just gonna go Knight there. And we do get some damage, but honestly, he gets way more. So what am I gonna do here? How do I come back in 1 minute? 1k damage, bro. This will be so rough, right? So I'm just gonna skeleton back there. Just gonna go for my Tesla, just to kind of block this stuff. And now I need to go in for a drill again. I'm just gonna go Knight here, just try to block this. I'm actually able to do this. I'm just gonna go for my skeletons there, just try to catch this. And I'm just gonna go for Tesla number 100 there, and just trying to do my best. I'm just gonna go for evolution bomb. I'm just gonna go drill again. I need to spam my drills. I need to continue to spam my drills. I get the pickup again, which is so important, bro. I need to get the catch-ups against the miner, because otherwise it's Jova, right? I'm just gonna go bomber there. Also gonna go LP just to get the free card cycle here. I'm just gonna go for my Knight here. Once again, he goes in the back. I didn't expect this. Have to waste 4 elixir against the 2. And now how I'm gonna come back is 20 seconds. And now you're just gonna see me cycling as soon as I can. Free card cycle, brother. Free card cycle. This is exactly what we have to. I'm just gonna go in there. We do get some damage. I'm just gonna drill there. I'm just gonna go for the Evolution Knight at the bridge. Just gonna go for another Void. Skeletons in the back, maybe. No, I'm just gonna go arrows there, just trying to get some extra damage. The goblins are on tower. Actually, this is so much damage. We can maybe win this. I'm just gonna go Knight there. I'm using my little Prince here. GG's, well played. How the heck did I win this? But this is it for today's Clash Royale video. In case you guys don't want to miss any videos just like that in the future, make sure to subscribe, make sure you use Critical Mort in the shop. Honestly, this deck looks weird. It might not be the best deck of all time, but it makes so much fun to play. Let's go. Use code Mort.